Recently I was given the option to go to the Statfold Barn. For anyone who doesn't know, Statfold Barn is a narrow gauge heritage railway. You have loads and loads and loads of stock, and the best way I can sort of describe it is picture the NRM, but for narrow gauge. Honestly, it's a totally awesome railway and I love it. It's the third time I've gone and I just adore the place. When you first walk into the place, they have this turntable as this amazing centerpiece and then engines scattered all around, really similar to what happens in the NRM. There they had trains and trains and trains and trains and trains and trains and a goose and trains and trains and trains. There's so much there. Honestly, you can spend easily days there just experiencing everything. When I went there, they had some other stuff. Up on the top balcony, they had some model railway stuff. Nothing too fancy, but it was nice that it was at least there. They actually let you drive some of these. It was controllers by some of the layouts, and they just let you have a little twiddle and just have a quick play about, and it was great. On the Thomas layout, nothing was actually running besides Toby. I think the tracking must be dirty or something, but no biggie. You can't climb any of the engines here. You can't go into the cabs, you can't do anything like that. However, you can stick your head in on certain engines which are low enough. And of course I've gone and done this. While here, they also have a museum located just upstairs from the main entrance, and they have all sorts of goodies there. There's 4 engines up there, 3 Hunslets and a diesel, which might also be a Hunslet, I can't remember off the top of my head. One of them is cut in half, and it's just supposed to be like this display piece. You can push a button and then just see the loco's wheels run, and it's really cool actually. You can see all of the internal valve gear moving. It's awesome. It's a shame the engine will never run again because, you know, sliced in half, but it looks really cool and it's a great interactive piece. The other engine I take great, and I mean great interest in, is King of the Scarlet, because for anyone who hasn't noticed, King of the Scarlet is my profile picture. Up there they also have this, and this thing here is the weirdest little car I've ever seen, and I absolutely adore it and I want one. The top speed on this Nugget is 68 miles an hour and I just want to drive it. Outside is where the main railway is, and it is one hell of a railway. It is amazing. All the stock they have is so vastly different from anything else I've ever seen or ridden on before that I can't help but be in love with it. Most of the footage and photos I have is across 2 trips actually. The first time I went and this current time I've gone. On the first time round it was pretty basic. I got a ride behind one of the engines, Isaac. I had a nose by the engine sheds, and it was, you know, I have no faults about it. It was great. However, the third time I've gone, which is this time round, I got to see something amazing. I have now rode behind a triple header and filmed said triple header from the blind side at the same time. I don't know how I got away with that. I recorded what was basically a race between 2 engines, and I can't stop gushing over this, but it was just so amazing to see these. I also got to have a brake van ride. You know, I didn't pay anything special or do anything, you know, amazing. I just sort of walked up to the guard, said, "Hey mate, please have a ride in the brake van." He's, you know, said sure. I didn't film anything in the brake van. You know, I took a couple photos when like he wasn't in there, but I didn't film anything. He gave me the offer, but I just wanted to sit there and enjoy my brake van ride. While at Statfold Barn, basically everything is on limits for you to go explore. One of my favourite things I found was this turntable with dilapidated rolling stock all around it. I don't know what it was that I liked about it so much. It's just something about it. It's just a vibe I liked. While at the railway, the way it works is that you have the big station at one end. This is called Statfold Junction. You make your way all the way down to the bottom of the railway, passing through another station which you don't stop at yet, But you make your way all the way to the bottom of the line where you have a loop, which sends you back the other way, and then you go up a gradient, which is truly amazing. You get to hear some amazing barking from an engine. It really does put an engine under strain, and the noises you get to hear because of this are just jaw-dropping, because it's just so gorgeous. The noises remind me why I love railways so much. They remind me why I love steam. It's just something about it you just can't beat. I can't put to rest how much I love this railway because of this one gradient. That one gradient is my favourite thing about the whole railway, just because of the noise that it makes in an engine. When a driver gives it a full thrash up there, it is unbelievable that an engine so small can make such a noise. But after you pass what is the best bit of the railway, you make your way back to that station you went through. This is the chance you actually get to unload, and this is where you can get off for the museum and the main building with all the engines in, and that sort of whole area. There's other stuff at Statfold Barn, because it is a railway. There's an indoor climbing place, a helter-skelter, and vintage fairground. I didn't really get photos of any of this. However, there are a pair of classic cars occasionally there, and I did get photos of those on the first time I went. After this middle station, I can't remember the name of it, it takes you back to Statfold Junction. And up there, you're allowed to go basically anywhere, except for up by the turntable. But you get an amazing view of it from the footbridge. To the left of the station, you have the loco works. This is where all the basic stuff happens. You can see engine crews cleaning their engine, filling up on column water. And you're allowed to just walk in there. There's nothing stopping you. You're allowed to just go in and just stand there as trains come in and out. You can literally stand right next to an engine as it moves off. Like, what? What railway lets you do that nowadays? This is just amazing, and it's why I love the place so much. It's just a place where railway fans can be railway fans with no red tape. Nothing really stopping you from just exploring the place. The place is a gorgeous, gorgeous place, and I really recommend anyone who's even the slightest bit into railways visit. It is a mandatory place you go, because it's just so good. There's nothing I can say other than the place is amazing. When it comes to the engines and stuff, I don't really have anything too special to say. Out of all of them, my favourite normal engine is probably Isaac. It's just something about the proportions that I like. But I do have an overall favourite, and that is the Goose. It's the only engine I actually have anything to say about. It's not because I don't like any of the others, it's just I haven't rode behind all of them, so I can't really say what I think I like about each of them. But I have ridden behind the Goose, and the Goose is so different from everything else, I think it deserves a bit of a spotlight of its own. The Goose was inspired by an American rail motor that was made out of an old ambulance around 2015, I think it was. Statfold Barn said, we want to have a go at this. And they did. I can't remember what they used to make it, but I believe they also used a vintage ambulance or something of the time. And if I'm being honest, it is probably the worst ride I've ever had behind any powered vehicle, ever. And I fucking loved it. I can't do justice just how much I loved this ride behind this freak of machinery. I can't put into words what I felt, because it was so overwhelming. The easiest way I can think of describing it, it's like riding in that one friend's car that is absolutely terrible. The suspension is shot, the engine makes weird noises, and you know the car's gonna die soon. But you can't help but have a massive grin on your face as they sit there driving it, because it's just such a weird and amazing vibe of a piece of machinery which you know should be dead and has no business working at all, casually going about his business, absolutely dominating on what it does. Because the Goose is this weird and wonderful piece of machinery that has no business being built at all, and yet it steals the show with ease. It is the best thing I have ever ridden behind because of how shit it is, effectively. I don't want to be mean, but it is shit. It is a shit ride. It's a terribly bumpy and uncomfortable thing, but as a railway enthusiast, that's what makes it so great. It stands out in your mind because it's so bad. It's not like in the Pacers case where it's bad and there's nothing good to say about it, because that was made to be an everyday sort of commuter train. People had to live with those. They couldn't escape them. You had no choice with the Pacers. But with the Goose, it was your choice to get on. You made that commitment. And because you made that commitment and that choice to ride behind something that rode so poor, you can't help but like how poor it rides. It's an amazing engine because of how bad it is. It's got this amazing colour scheme as well, and I've got literally no clue where the name Goose came from. But I really want a 009 model of it. Bachmann, please make one. I will pay handsomely. Well, I think the Goose is going to be a pretty good place to sort of wrap up this whole video. I really do hope you enjoyed me ranting and raving about Statfold Barn. I adore the railway. It is my favourite railway I've ever been to. Before I do the usual bye-bye for now, I'm going to quickly just let you know I'm going to be taking all the unedited footage from this. I do warn you, they're going to sound a bit bad because the mic on the phone I was using is a bit shot. So, give me warned. But I'm going to take all the footage from that, just pile it into one big massive video, and I'll leave the link for that video in the description. So, if anyone wants to go see what I filmed, I did not do a good job at filming. You can go have a little look. I genuinely adore this railway so much. So, that's all I've got for you this week. I upload every single Saturday. I hope you enjoyed, and bye bye for now.